Welcome to Life in the 1900s newspapers, where we read the actual words from a real newspaper from history. Today is a brand new newspaper from Augusta, Georgia. It is the Augusta Herald, dated February 1st, 1928. Before I start reading my newspapers, I always like to give you a little fact from the decade we are reading about. These lovely ladies that you have been seeing on the screen are the Dolly Sisters. They were quite famous in the 20s. Here is a short film clip of the Dolly Sisters. They're the two in the middle. Jenny and Rosie Dolly were so famous in the Ziegfeld Follies as dancers that in later decades there was a film made about them.
Sisters, who danced and sang across 2 continents in the dazzling days of yesteryear, were outstanding artists in an era of many great entertainers. Together, they shared public acclaim, showered on them everywhere. Dukes, princes, and even kings threw roses at their feet and fastened bracelets on their wrists.
Now, let's step back into the 1920s and read a newspaper together. Oh, and if you stay tuned to the end of the video, you can see a lot more photos of the Dolly Sisters. Out of work and hungry, yielded to temptation. Will Anderson, colored, 1344 Steed Street, pleaded guilty at a hearing before the United States Commissioner C.J. Skinner Tuesday morning to a charge of forging the name of Charlie Mitchell to a Treasury check amounting to $25. Anderson testified at the hearing that on or about May 27th, he was out of work and hungry. On arriving home, he said that he found the check in his mailbox and yielded to the temptation, taking it to a business house in town, cashing it, and buying a pair of trousers and a shirt with part of the money. Pictured is Lon Simmons, coal miner, out of work since last April. Penniless, he wants to give his children away so that they can have a good home rather than stay here. He is shown with his children and his aged mother. Aunt Het by Robert Quillen. My girls got boy on the brain when they was about 14, just like all of them do, but I just fed 'em onions and didn't do no worrying. Our boarding house. Just to sift the ashes of your memory, Jake. Last year, this time, you did a blackout with a pair of house slippers that I got as a gift. I never even had a chance to try 'em on. What about them slippers?
Oh yeah, somebody put 'em in my satchel by mistake. I thought they was a farewell present, but they wouldn't have done you any good, son. They wore out in 3 months. Keep a check on anything you have that can be lifted. They counted the 1,000 islands after Jake saw 'em and left.
And he's so generous, raises 7-year locusts in his pocketbook. Imperial Theater today. If you don't think the good old days had their flappers, take a look at this hilarious picture. Marion Davies turns in her finest performance in Barry's great play. You'll love it. Marion Davies in Quality Street. At the Majeska, brilliant, glamorous, massive, magnificent, drawn between two great loves, love of country and love of a beautiful girl, an oppressed people praying for him to strike the blow that would give them liberty, a beautiful senorita waiting for him to make her his own. Which would he choose? Gilbert Roland and Mary Astor in Rose of the Golden West. Put the hose on me, New York. King, clank. Where's the fire? Cried the firefighters when they arrived at the ferry slip. Then they espied William Siam at the signal box. Where's the fire? They cried again. Put me out, I'm burning up, cried William. A Bellevue hospital surgeon diagnosed the case as excessive hoochitis, and police provided a cell to give Bill a chance to cool off. How I Keep My Figure by Norma Shearer. Few women know that there is beauty to be found in starch, the ordinary kind used for clothes. How many housewives who handle this commodity are aware of the loveliness they are losing by not availing themselves of the beauty hidden in its soft whiteness? Starch used in bathing stimulates the skin and makes it soft. To keep the skin in good condition, take a double handful of ordinary starch and allow it to dissolve in the water, just as you would use bath salts. You never ate anything quite so good. You'll agree to that with your very first taste of these delicate flakes with their nut-like flavor. Heinz Rice Flakes, 57. Taste good, do good. For sale automobiles. For sale, Ford sedan, 1926 model, new tires and battery, good condition. Also, 6-tube Coaster radio, cheap for cash. C.A. Thompson, 1330 Ellis. Phone 3967J. For sale, 1926 model Ford Roadster. New tires, new battery, new top. Cheap for cash. Terms if desired. Phone 3065WX. If you like history like I do, check out my second channel, Life in the 1800s Newspapers. Much obliged.